Hey folks, it's Aaron here, otherwise known as Iberfella, and I am back finally after many years, I'm guessing, with a Magic the Gathering video. Now, this one is in the beta of Magic the Gathering Arena, so thank you very much to Wizards of the Coast for letting me test this game. And I'm just going to show kind of the basics of the interface and go through maybe a game or two. Now, the deck I'm going to be playing is a token build I've built with what I have kind of in my collection. I don't have many things, and I do have a couple bits and pieces from the new set Dominaria, which came out the today of recording. So let me just go through a couple of the cards. We have Legion Landing, our major one-drop token creator. This probably should be a 4 of, however, I don't have any way of getting hold of it right now. There is a feature from the game, which is you can create any card rarity as long as you have a wild card of it, which, if I had many rare ones, I would probably be making a load of lands and then the Legion Landing. But we have our main starter for the token deck, as Amonkhet is still in standard rotation, which is 4 Anointed Procession, which doubles all of our token creations, and 4 Anointed Priest, which means it lets us have 1 life every single time a token comes into play, which also includes when it embalms itself, because it's classified as a token. The major fun tech of this deck right now is 1 copy of Crested Sunmare, mainly because I only got 1 Crested Sunmare, and it has some pretty cool interactions with our priest, which means that whenever you go knife at the beginning of end step, you get a 5/5 horse, which makes 2 5/5 horses, or more depending on how many anointed possessions. And the other cool little card I've put in here just to try it out, and mainly because I love this card so much, is Karn, Scion of Urza, because card draw is never bad. And I just realised that his -2 effect will double because it makes a token. However, we don't have many artifacts except for the Karns that are being made, and a Ketra and some maybe Treasure Map if it gets crazy. Anyway, so just so you know, these decks here, apart from the green-white token, which I've been playing around with as well, are all decks that you get given to you at the beginning of the beta to test for multiple colours. On the main page here, which is where we have our Dominaria, we have our place where, if you've ever played Hearthstone, you will kind of recognise that you get quests every day. In Magic, in the arena, it's very similar. You get rewards for playing certain types of decks, or just playing and winning a certain amount of games per day. Also, there are weekly ones, which is whenever you win 5, 10 and 15 games, you end up getting packs, which is now Dominaria packs. Now it looks like as well, eventually, well, within 163 hours, there will be the draft format being open to many people. Now that's going to be a very exciting thing, because I would like to see if the drafting on here is going to be similar to the Magic Online system, which is where you have to pay for your packs, and we mean by paying hard money, or if you do not have the packs, or if you can use your coins, which can be used to buy packs, and buy them in that way. Anyway, so let's move on to Constructed. And Quick Constructed and Rank Constructed are 2 different things. Rank Constructed is your standard ladder, where you go in, you play against one random person, and that's it. The Quick Constructed seems to be more of a trial. So you have to buy it in for 500 gold or 95 gems, which is the pay to win. Well, I say pay to win, but the paid for currency, which lets you buy more packs. And then you see how far your deck can go with up to 7 wins. And that keeps going until you get to 3 losses. So no matter what, you're always going to get 100 gold and 3 cards. And then it goes up from there until eventually you get to 1,000 gold and 3 cards. At least 2 rares and an uncommon. I'll be honest, unless you are getting rewards outside of this from the general quests, I feel this is not so good, as you have to do a 7-0 win to be getting anything very valuable. I mean, once you get to 4 wins, you've already made your coins back, and you're getting 3 cards on top, so that's not too bad. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to go for this video into just standard rank constructed with the token deck and see where we get to. Now, I didn't choose this avatar of Joyra versus Beelzebub. This is just the 2 standard issues. Now, is this a hand worth keeping? Now, I don't have Anointed Procession, but I do have enough land, and I do have some options by playing Maverin Fiend. So I will keep this. Very similar to like how Go works, which is priority player gets a mulligan and then your opponent. Anyone who has played Magic Online, that is MidGo, for anyone who hasn't heard of that phrasing before, which is quite common. The major difference with this is auto tapping. You can turn this off in the settings, however, for simplicity's sake, I've kept it on. It is, I'll be honest, absolutely fantastic. However, it does have its drawbacks. Major drawback is that whenever you want to keep certain colours alive, you won't. It will just tap them the quickest and nearest thing possible. So if you want to keep that double black up and you need to play 2 colourless, you might end up... Oh, hello, it's a god. Ronus the Indomitable. I'm going to let this go through. So, again, as you can see, the UI itself is actually very intuitive. It's quite simple. I will keep referring this back to very similar things as Hearthstone, as it does feel a lot like Hearthstone, especially for the click and drag kind of mentality from your hand. So we'll just swing big here, go wide as the token deck does, and gaining life from lifelink. Very nice. And that is another cool feature as well, is all cards who have an effect do have a little symbol on there. Now we just got Microsprayed on Maverin Fiend. So as you can see here, Branch Walker has got the... Yep, sure. Has got the Explorer icon. There we go. So we've just got our major player online, which is the Anointed Priest. And we will just flat out attack again with all the Martyr of Dusk. Now the bonus here with the Martyr of Dusk is when they die, they do create a 1/1 vampire. So that means our Anointed Priest will give us even more card advantage. It gives us card advantage because we do not lose a creature and we gain a life. So as you can see, we're up to 23 life versus 9, and a Regal Caracal in hand, which I'll be honest, is probably one of the best 5-drops for the token deck. Wow, that's a really cool animation. I've not seen Rekindling Phoenix on this on here, so it was kind of cool to see Rekindling Phoenix. Certain cards, as you've just seen, have got cool animations to go with their summoning. Not all of them do. Notable ones I've seen most commonly are like the Scarab God, has quite a few. I don't think there are other gods do. However, I've not seen the rest of them. And most of the Planeswalkers are actually voice acted. So if we do get to see Karn, we'll have the voice of Karn, which is actually quite cool. Oh, and a braid on our Regal Caracal. I'll be honest, that's a fair play. Regal Caracal is quite dangerous with what we're currently dealing, and Anointed Priest is a fair show as well. However, as you can see, for easy options, whenever there's any abilities to activate in the graveyard, they appear in our hand just so you've got all the options completely. So we will actually embalm Anointed Priest right now. So double blocker is up. However, all I will do is do this. And there's a possibility of a combat trick here. However, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is going to block 2, so the 2/2s, and I believe we have 1 damage. We have 4 damage going through, so we have exactly lethal even with blocks. See if I'm right. And there is the game. So, that is a match of Magic Arena. So now it will give me the coins for my win. And what we will do to finish off this one match and video is we will buy a pack of Dominaria. Now, as you can see here, this is where we buy it from the store. So you can buy from Amonkhet all the way up to Dominaria. They have Wizards have not decided to put in Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, which are also in current standard rotation, probably because they want to be releasing this with the next standard rotation, where we will see the departure of Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, but also Amonkhet Hour Devastation. So I'm a little bit unsure, but let's face it, if we only had 3 sets to play around with, it's not going to be as interesting. For a while we only had Ixalan, so it felt very much like Block Constructed, and I'll be honest, Ixalan Block Constructed after about 6-7 games is pretty boring. Now, from this we can buy up to 90 packs and have 3 mythic rare wildcards and 6 rare wildcards, which are the cards that let you get any mythic or rare, respectively, for free. And they are also offering, for the maximum, 2 copies of the Firesong and Sunspeaker promo, which is a buy-a-box promo when you buy packs of Dominaria while stocks last. I'll be honest, I like the card for their new format, especially Brawl, which is a standard singleton format, very similar to Commander, but it's 60 cards and only in standard formats. But enough talking, let's buy a single pack of Dominaria, which costs us 1,000 of the gold, and let's open it. It's very different to a opening of a normal pack, as you only get 8 cards rather than 15. You get 5 uncommons, 2 uncommons, and then a rare or a mythic. So let's just go through all these, just for as it is Dominaria. So we have a Gitu Chronicler for 1 and a red, a 1/3 with a kicker of 3 and a red, and when Gitu Chronicler enters the battle, if it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. And it's a human wizard, as in Dominaria there is a sub-theme of wizards. We have the instant spell Blink of an Eye for 1 and a blue, with the kicker of 1 and a blue, which lets you return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and if this card was kicked, you draw a card. Similar to, I believe it's Into the Royal, it was called, from Zendikar. Here then we have Cold Water Snapper for 5 and a blue for 4/5 turtle with hexproof. Fun little fact, I believe, behind this one is they wanted to try and have as many of the original sets named, as this is the 25th anniversary set, and this is the card representing Cold Snap, which was an Ice Age set. Then we have Demonic Vigor for a single black enchantment aura, which enchants your creature for +1/+1, and when it dies, you return that card to its owner's hand. Very good in limited, especially in black. Then we have one of the new elves, Llanowar Envoy, for 2 and a green, a 3/2 elf scout, which for 1 and a green lets you filter your mana and add 1 mana of any colour. I personally am running this as a trial in a green-red elf deck, mainly because in current constructed standard there are not many elves, and Llanowar Envoy just kind of fills one of those spots of elves. So let's move to the uncommons. We have in Bolus's Clutches a legendary enchantment aura. With all cards that are legendary have the new card frame, which is a little kind of flourish on the top of the card. So for 4 and double blue, you enchant a permanent, and you control enchanted permanent, and the enchanted permanent is legendary, so you can pretty much steal one of your opponent's things. We then move to Goblin Warchief, a 1 and double red 2/2 Goblin Warrior, which has Goblin spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and they all have haste. A very cool old school Goblin card, has been in the game for quite some time. Actually, I'm trying to remember when he first was out, but I believe he's an old bordered printed card. Comment below what set Goblin Warchief actually came in, as I personally cannot remember. I just remember him being constructed a while ago. And it's a very good card. And finally, we have our rare / mythic, which is going to be Kazarov Sengir Pureblood, a 4/4 legendary vampire that costs 5 double black with flying, and whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, put a 1/1 counter on Kazarov Sengir Pureblood, and an activate ability which is 3 in a red. Kazarov deals 2 damage to target creature. An interesting card. I personally am not a fan of it. It's a lot of mana for a very long game, slow effect. As for 7 mana, and I'm only getting a 4/4 flyer, I want more. Especially how we still have all of the Gear Hulks, and most of them cost between 5 and 6 mana and give you, I think at lowest, a 4/4 body. So I'm paying, in some cases, 2 more mana for something that has flying and can potentially get bigger unless it gets immediately killed, which is more than likely what's going to happen. So that is it. Thank you very much for watching, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this and want to see any more content from me. Then hit the subscribe button, and we will be back soon with more Magic the Gathering Arena content. Thanks a lot, and see you all soon.